What up, guys? Guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, gods and goddesses.
Yeah, you moving too quick, baby. You froze for a minute because you're moving too quick.
Okay.
But anyway, welcome everybody, everyone, to the one and only Jupiter's Love. There's no other channel like ours, like this. Well, there's a couple of channels, but there's none like this. Two heel mother talking shit.
Right.
That's
So,
my lovely queen right there. Talk about it, Takina. And I am your lovely gray and multicolored and faceted guy,
salt and
like
pepper.
iconic.
Yes, salt and pepper.
Yeah.
We talking about the great debate. We talking about the great debate. We gonna recap on the great debate.
And that's not to be misconstrued or whatever with masturbate.
Okay. So I was taking notes. I didn't even finish the notes. I didn't finish all the notes. So we just gonna talk about it. We gonna talk about it. What we're talking about is the great debate that was between and I'm gonna pull it up so I'm not, being biased or anything like that. It was on the Hardly Initiated channel um with Progressive Love Academy, and I forgot Carl's what his thing is. Um but it says pastor debates polyfamily, because that's what it came down to. That's what it came down to. It was Harley Initiated podcast on Instagram. It went live on YouTube, and it was, let me, Pastor James, Pastor Tiffany, Kenya Stevens, and Carl Stevens. And it was supposed to be it was supposed to be a poly versus monogamy, but that's not what it was at all. At all. I'm
It
trying to think.
almost, in some points, it almost seemed like
They try to put them on the chopping block.
should I say it, a Christian gangbang
Yes. Yes.
without, and it's not the good gangbang, but you know,
Y'all, it was disgusting. And they even the screen, the oh my words, I'm so just so it's hard to see this. Literally, this was the first one they put out, right? And it says poly versus monogamy. But then later on, you can see what it really was, where they said, "Oh, it's the pastor's debate poly." Because that's what it came down to. Let's keep it real. So, before we get into the nitty gritty, first of all, if you want to debate poly versus monogamy, go get an everyday couple that's not going to bring the Bible to the table, because that's all they were armed with.
now let's be clear. There are Christians that practice poly. There
They,
are,
100%.
but even they are not banging the Bible or thumping the Bible as they call it, Bible thumping or
No.
whatever.
The
There are
Bible shames
Christians.
people. The Bible shames people. I said it.
Hey, prove her wrong.
Exactly. So we gonna get into it. First of all, I watched it twice, but again, like I said, okay, look.
What's the first one? Go for the shoot for the.
So first, when they first opened up, when they first came in, they brought everybody in. They talking to the pastors. I guess the pastor's been on there a couple times. Okay, cool, fine. they talking to him, they shooting the breeze. The pastors, look, we've been here, we cool, we good.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of odd too, because I'm like, oh, okay, like y'all been there, and they doing something coming up,
Yeah, they
also.
got an event they doing
Yeah,
together. So it was already one-sided from the very beginning. This is what Christians do. They want to shame people. They want to, oh, pastors versus polygamy. We gonna put you on, we gonna shame you. Your sinful acts.
but yet it says, "Love thy neighbor as you
Okay, so
love
let's
yourself."
start off with facts. So the pastor has been married, she said they've been married for 8 years, together for 10. So for 2 years of your relationship, y'all were sinning. Let's keep it real. Okay, let's just start there. Then,
But that sounds very Christian anyway. But according to them, they were sinning, or according to the Bible.
yeah,
Cause
whatever.
I don't.
Look,
They
don't,
they said they was pretty much inseparable after that first
yeah,
the night or whatever. They was
yeah,
inseparable.
I bet
So
you were.
you
Okay,
you can't deny human nature, which the Bible goes against human nature
eggs,
all the time.
1000%.
So if you're around somebody beautiful, if you was a dude and you was around my wife for 2 years, or you was a female and you was around me for 2 years every day constantly, human nature is gonna set in and be like, yo, I will jump the hell out your bones. Literally, I'm in church, but I will jump the hell out your bones.
I, I, I
Not
ain't
to
gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
so
Hold on, hold on.
they was go go for it.
I'm sorry. So the pastor's been together 8 years, or together 10 years, married 8. Kenya and Carl were together for 28 solid years. The first 12 of their marriage was monogamous.
So they
They
was
were,
together monogamy in a monogamous relationship longer than the pastors.
hello. So they were married when they started having sexual thoughts about the opposite sex, not their partner, but someone else. They brought it to each other. They went back to their pastors. The pastor said, told Kenya, get rid of it. Look, I'm jumping ahead. Go ahead, baby. What was you gonna say?
No, you got it. You got it, because overall the the polyamorous couple together collectively have been with each other, happily with each other, twice as long as the pastors.
So let's
But
let's
yet,
let's break it down even further to say that Pastor Tiffaneye is divorced. This is her second marriage. The first one, she was married to a man of a whole different religion, and it didn't even last a good 2 years. So she's speaking and saying, um, let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. She was married to a Muslim man and converted to Islam, but is now divorced after just a few years. So much for preaching about a man of God and a woman's place.
it's
So you got a couple that's been married for 28 solid years, 12 of which was monogamous. Almost half of their marriage, they were monogamous. In the beginning of their monogamous marriage, what they do, communicate, I'm feeling some type of way about someone else. And when the husband, I'm sorry, baby, because I'm fired
oh,
up. When the husband brought it to his wife that he was feeling some type of way about another woman, she says, "See, it wasn't just me." She didn't get mad at him. She didn't shame him. She didn't scream divorce. Okay, go ahead, baby. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I lost my train of thought, baby. Go for it.
I'm fired up. I'm fired up. I wanted to do
See,
this right away. It
I
was too
see.
late at the time when we seen it. It was too late. Fired up. Okay. So we're building
Oh,
a foundation.
I thought
Go
of it
ahead.
now.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to let y'all know that if y'all don't know or whatever too much about the Bible, um, basically in the Bible, it says that how people were at that time, how they got married was just having sex. All you had to do was have sex and you're married. So when they were throwing shots at the polyamorous people for sleeping with the same people year after year, the same people, if you had sex with your husband and y'all divorced and whoever after before that, when you was growing up teenager or whatever, you have all them people compared to the polyamorous people, the couple that was pretty much the same age as y'all, that been together with the same people for years, way more than you. And it's a sin according to you, because
Right.
according to the Bible, but also he even said, the pastor said, well, that was how they it was at that time.
You know what?
And this is why I will always ask people, what do you think, what is the Bible to you? Because if they start to say, oh, the Bible is truth and is the living word, then no matter if it's years ago, decades ago, millennials ago, it's the same as they said. How often do you hear the Bible or God's word is the same then that it is now and yesterday and tomorrow and all, you know? So if it's the same, how are you gonna say, oh well, that's what it was back then, but it's not that way now? No, if you're gonna believe in the Bible, stand on that. Stand on every word the Bible say.
Okay. I just Googled if the word sin is even in the Bible, and it says the first mention of sin is in Bible Genesis 4:7. I don't have a Bible around me or on me. I am on a computer. Um, it says it is called sin, but it says the flesh lust. I want to see the word sin, but never, only because people put their own interpretation and perspective on the Bible and what it means. When you really break it down to what is really being said, I bet you shut your mouth. I bet you shut your mouth, because what it really means and what it's really saying, what you're really reading, is not what you think you're reading.
Case in point, if you really don't understand what she's saying, first of all, again, read the Bible, and let me tell you this:
Read.
if you are a woman and you've had a female baby, did you know the Bible say you sinned? Ooh, you better read. You better read. Better read.
Listen, listen.
And
Okay,
you need to have a sin sacrifice because you had a female child. Read your Bible, please, people. Read
okay,
your Bible.
listen,
But go ahead,
listen.
continue.
Um, okay, so the poly couple. No, now I'm trying to. It was a two hour and 38 minute podcast. Um, you, the preface of it was to debate pros and cons of poly, pros and cons of monogamy. There
Yeah,
was no pros and cons of monogamy whatsoever.
it was what the Bible said.
So let's just start there. The debate wasn't even a debate. It was a, we putting them on the chopping block and we gonna try and break them. But they couldn't break them because Kenya and Carl came with facts. They came with stability. They came with a strong foundation.
Hell, between the two couples, they was the only one. actually showing and you can see love.
And they said it in the beginning of the podcast. Y'all look like y'all in love. The host said that. I think they said to the pastors, y'all look happy or something, something generic. They weren't even close. They weren't close. They wasn't touching. They wasn't doing nothing. There was no sign of affection. There Carl and Kenya holding each other. They never broke sweat. They never got upset. When the pastor said something to them, they came back with facts.
Yeah.
They try to shame them even in the comments. The next video dropping tomorrow is we talking about comments. We talking about what's in the comments. Okay, because the comments is a whole different story. Not really. It's not, because all the Christian people, mind you, hardly initiated. I didn't know. I found out in the comments is a Christian based podcast. Those are they. I've never watched it, so I ain't even gonna speak on their podcast. All I know is it's a Christian based podcast. So it's already one sided. Okay. So now you got a
Well,
polygamous couple.
I'll say this about the channel. That even though they might be Christian based, they are a mature Christian base because it's like you can tell that they understand, hey, y'all have what y'all have and I have what I have, and let's just be grown about it.
You have your opinion. I have mine. Like, the only time that I feel like they were kind of pushing the Christian narrative is when the girl was like, "Why I'm not in a relationship." The one that came on and she's like, "Can we just talk about the pros and cons instead of talking about the Bible?" And they're like, "Well, what side are you on?" She's like, "I'm on the side that makes sense for me." And they're like, "Oh, you riding the fence, you riding the fence."
Which is what they say a lot in church.
So that's the
You
only
can't
time
be
that I
of the
feel like the
world
host.
and in church.
That's what I feel like the host kind of was bringing a little Christian mindset to it. Listen, they came with facts, right? So it's supposed to be pros and cons. They tried to talk in the comments, and I'm bringing up the comments, but they tried not. Let me leave the comments alone. The pastors even spoke by saying, "You sleeping with multiple people. You're not speaking on the diseases and things that can happen by sleeping with multiple men or multiple women. Y'all trying to paint it and package it up like it's pretty. No,
And
not
then
true.
and then the female pastor was like throwing off your pH.
Right. So first of all, they're with the same people. They even stated we don't sleep with everybody that we consider to be a partner. We're not sleeping with everyone.
Now, mind you, it also can be just as simple understanding why it's just as simple as me and my wife, we're married, right? But if I happen to have or is close to a female at work, I'm not sleeping with her, but hey, if I know that she missed lunch or whatever and I'm able to get lunch for her because I'm looking out for her and vice versa, that could be considered a poly relationship. Meaning, I'm not sleeping with her, but the connection is there that hey, I understand that you might be hungry, so I got you.
I care about you enough to make sure you ate.
It can be just as simple as that. So y'all think about that.
So
But continue,
so
baby.
so so they try to paint this narrative of STDs, right? Okay, so you don't think, even if for the ones they are sleeping with, sorry, the washer vibrated the wall. Hold on. Uh, so even for the ones they are sleeping with, y'all don't think they know what's going on between them? You don't think they have something in place to make sure that they're not carrying diseases back? They've been together 28 years.
And not to mention, if I'm not mistaken, didn't they say they get checked out? If
They
you're gonna be
got
in a
stuff. You don't they've been together 28 years. They've been together longer than y'all. And y'all trying to put them down for their successful marriage.
And you wonder why people is leaving the church.
So I'm gonna speak on it because someone popped up and they didn't. I okay in the comments. I know, and I could tell based off of what people were commenting, their partners, wives, husbands, girlfriends, were in the comments commenting, "That's my baby." When Carl would speak, or or they were talking to each other. Girl, I know they you could see it. They're in the comments all getting along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Well,
Call it the get along gang.
right. I like that.
Well, it was a cartoon back in the day.
It's mine now.
All right.
So so they were bringing people up to the stage to speak. One of Kenya's boyfriends, I don't know if she considers him a husband, popped up on the show. Blew everybody's mind when he said, "Well, I consider myself to be one of Kenya's partners." Blew everybody's mind. Blew him up.
And, and you know why?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, baby.
No, I'm just saying how when that happened and whatnot, and how the host was like, um, and how the host was with that, and what he was saying is how a lot of men think. A lot of men that
Oh,
I'm gonna say it, that's not healed or whatever, is because he was like, yeah, basically I can see that I'm insecure and this and that. If you feel like a lot of men think like that, and a lot of men feel like that, and it's like, do you excuse me, do you understand why you feel like that? It's because we as black people, we've been
bamboozled.
brought up in the church. Most of us been brought up in the church, and we've always been said that we are less than, or we're unworthy and whatnot. So it's like, if I'm insecure about another man, then that means I'm unworthy of that woman's love. Think about it, like that. Like, you should know and be healed enough to know that you are enough. You are, like the dude
He
said,
said that. He said
right?
he I'm sorry. And the point that I was just gonna make regarding this is he said Carl taught me. Carl said stand high, do this. No one can be
Was it
better than
Carl?
you.
Oh yeah, Carl is Rakim.
Yes.
Okay, I forget. I forget. Go ahead.
He said he taught me. So Kenya's paper husband, the one that she was on the show with, the boyfriend or the other husband is saying that man right there told me to stand with my chest out because I have something to offer her that he ain't offering her. I am me.
Exactly.
Like, what? And then they were like, well, didn't you just say, because they try to put a little twist on it. Didn't you just say you had a baby? Does she know? Oh yeah, she right here. Pop in. Hey girl. Hey.
Yeah, yeah. I like that. I like that. Women that's not competing, that's not intimidated. Even men not intimidated by the other people. Just like DMX said, if I'm gonna paraphrase. If I'm gonna be scared or worried about who she dealing with, or per se,
Or dealt
then
with in the past.
like I need to be worried about him. Like, but I'm not. Men, women, don't worry about who she or he been with in the past. You are you. Your experience with her is totally different and separate from who she been with or who he been with in the past. Even in the presence, if my wife was messing with somebody else right now, or dealing with somebody else right now, he can't do what I do. He can't make her feel how I feel. And a lot of y'all gonna think, oh, it's about sex. No, no. I've made my wife smile and tear up in happiness 1,200 miles away. Her experience with me is not gonna be the same. She was dealing with folks before when I came in back into the picture. And they didn't make her feel the way I made her feel. And she liked it them. She told herself she couldn't like me because I was already in a relationship.
I was trying to
I'm
respect it.
and I was trying to respect and show her. Well, yeah, I respect and showed her because I was far past, a little bit past than where she was at. But now she's up there with me.
Hey, baby.
Hey, boo boo.
So um so the husbands, girlfriends, wives, Carl's wife was in the comments speaking to someone else from they community, because they built a community. And that's the pastors came in speaking on, standing on the Bible.
When you say community, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But when you say community, it makes me think, how many churches are in communities, but the communities are still ran down? My mom and dad been going to church for years. But during the pandemic, when my mom needed her prescription, she really needed her prescription. And she had a job, but they had to pay the bills. Things I don't even know if it was after the pandemic, or after everything was lifted. It was I was living down in Arizona at the time. Um, but to come back and find out that at one point they had to pay their bills and couldn't pay for medication. My mom tried to go to her church that she's been going to since 1994, and here it is at that time, 2021, and been paying tithes and dues and stuff like that. She couldn't get a loan to take to go and get her medication, which was averaging up to $500. She couldn't get, they couldn't help her. Are you fucking serious? And she still goes there. She still goes there. So when you talk about community, or when they talked about community, it's like, what do y'all really do? Here it is, a couple that got a community around. Somebody can do taxes. Somebody can build something. Somebody's a mechanic, financial advisor, a teacher, this and that. And that's just the men. The women, hell, whatever y'all do.
They
like
have
my wife, computer hacker. She's not a hacker, but I call her my little hacker because she knows a lot about computers, the ins and outs. She can build a computer, and she's built websites, and she knows her way around the computer, and can I can see her getting to know a dude that's just as geeky as she is. That's not gonna bother me because I know cars. I know cars. I don't know computers that good like she do. So I can see they vibing together, you know, because she says things to me computer wise, and I listen. I do a Bill Cosby. I just wait for my name to be said or whatever, and just I don't know what she didn't say it, but I'm here to listen.
uh,
So when you think about poly, it's a community. It's a loving community, one for all for one. Three Musketeers. When they say, where do you, again, I said this in the past, where do you think they got the saying, a village raised a child? Think about it. Think about it. I know a lot about vehicles. I haven't built the engine. No, I haven't. But I know a lot about a vehicle. So if a kid wanted to know something about vehicle, he come to me. If my wife was dealing with another computer geek or whatever, and I don't mean no offense if geek offends you, but if it do, get healed. Um,
Mm.
so if the dude knows about computers and my son wants to know about computers, go ahead and teach him how to build a computer. Point blank and simple. Oh, he have
Security.
another dude that knows carpentry. Okay, I don't know a lot about carpentry. I know how to plug up a wall.
But this is someone that we all get together. We got someone that can set up the security system. We got someone that can build the houses. Like this is a community. Oh, they try to say, oh well, the kids will be confused well, with the parents and we taking out the mother's role. How are we taking out the mother's role if this child can go to you have nieces and nephews, right? You didn't birth them, but you when they come to you for needs, my nieces have texted me, TT, can I get a couple dollars? Can I get this? TT, this is what's going on. So I'm supposed to be like, I'm not your mother, so I can't help you.
Message. She got a point there. Think about it.
Come on
There,
now.
there's been people grew up in a big house, all kind of different families. Let's say three families growing up in a house. You cannot tell me that these kids don't know who exactly is their biological mom and dad.
But they can my nephew
But they
can
can
come to me
count
right
on
now.
a other person. You know how think about how when you growing up as a child, go back to when you was a child. How many times that man, my mother isn't available. I wish I had somebody mother-wise available for me to talk to confide in or whatever. Or vice versa, dad is out working. Man, I wish I had a dad. Why you think you go to church and you was like, oh, you're my spiritual dad, you're my spiritual mother?
Brother,
Same fucking thing.
brother, sister. Hey sister.
But can you count on them? Can you
Not
count on them
not in
in the
no.
time of need? But
Okay,
in the poly communication, in the poly community,
because poly is communication.
we they can. All right,
Yep.
I'm stoked up. No, I'm just kidding. Go for it, baby.
Listen, my nephew come to me, TT, I'm hungry. Can I get a sandwich? Can you make me a sandwich? I ain't your mom. Go ask her. What the hell do I look like saying that? Like y'all sound crazy saying that. Y'all sound crazy saying that. So if your nieces and nephews, if you're babysitting somebody's kids, girl, can you watch my kids? Like you we cool, right? We cool. Can you watch my kids for me? I got an interview. Yeah, I got you. We hungry. Oh, you gonna have to wait till your mama get back. I ain't your mom.
Oh, you got a broken leg, you bleeding, you gotta wait for
I
your
ain't
parents.
yeah, I ain't finna take you to the hospital. I ain't
Oh,
your parent.
oh, you crying because you broke up with somebody. Now you gotta wait for your parents. That
Uh, look, I'ma say it
selfish
and
need.
I usually don't talk disrespectful. I'm not a disrespectful person, but y'all sound stupid. That sounds stupid. Okay? Just I'm
Now, if y'all haven't been watching us or whatever, y'all need to go back and watch some videos. But if not, let me let y'all in on something. You all right now at this point, you all are watching and listening to a former deacon and deaconess. Think about it. We was ugh, we were the deacons in the church. We also ran the media. and all that stuff. So think about it.
Okay.
So
So we not we're not being biased because we was on the other side, is what he's trying to tell you. We was in the church. We was in the church. Okay.
okay, baby. Okay, calm down.
I'm just
Um,
saying.
I'm
So
we. I would. I'll say we are being biased. Then again, I might not even know the definition of bias,
bias
but
is one sided. You for one thing.
yeah, true, true. Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. I probably still don't understand it because I know we doing a video and it's
It's
not.
fine.
I'm
It's
not
fine.
having time to
I
process.
got you, baby. I got you.
But so we used to be in the church or whatever, but during the pandemic, I needed answers and I went out and got the answers that I needed. And it took me from the Bible and it made me understand that the Bible was all written by man, not by God, but by man. Um,
Hold on. Let me interject. Let me interject real quick. How many Bibles is there, baby? How many original volumes of Bibles? Didn't you say there was like years of different Bibles?
yeah, like every millennial or every decade or something like that, the Bible is being rewritten in some type of way. Words are being taken out, added, or reframed. Just like in the 1600 Bible, it says, "Go forth and replenish the earth." But in the Bibles that y'all got today, it says, "Go forth, be fruitful, and multiply." So if the Bible can't be taken or added to, y'all need to find out who's changing these words. Never mind, let me tell you, the Vatican. And the Vatican is the only one. But the Vatican is Catholic. If if you don't know, Christianity was came from Catholicism. Like, but you all don't read outside of the Bible. If you think I'm wrong,
Go
prove it.
look it up.
Prove it. Why
All right.
is the oldest things of the books of the Bible only at the Vatican?
So let's bring it back in real quick. I'm gonna read all my notes. I'm gonna read and baby, you
Go
can touch.
for it. Hurry up.
It's not a lot because I need when I was taking notes, I didn't even get all the way back through the second go round because I was just like, okay. So first of all, they said poly is flesh based. Then they were like, oh, women are curious.
Hold on. Is that are you saying something for Polly or is this number two, so to speak?
No, this is notes when I push play on the video. This is things that were being said from one side or the other based
All
on
right.
my notes.
So hold on real quick. If y'all don't know what Polly is many loves or whatever. So if it's flesh based, then how can you as a believer or a son or daughter of God say it's flesh based, but yet you're turning around and you say, "Love you, sister, love you, brother." You're loving. You have love for many people. Think about it. Go ahead, baby. And
Um,
read. No, just kidding.
they said more women are curious about poly than men. Why? And then they said women want variety. But
Who said that?
baby, I don't baby, I took notes. I don't
Okay.
know. I didn't write down who said what. So then in there they were bringing up people to speak and they said it's a whole bunch of men back here. Brought all the men in. It was one woman that was for Christianity and being single and all that. There's the other woman that she like, look, I'm for whatever makes me happy. Then all the men came in was all poly. Now, one would say, oh, that's because men want to cheat, because that's what they said. Men Men want a free way to cheat.
Men cheat in monogamy.
More in monogamy than poly.
See,
More.
poly is all y'all. If y'all ever think that it's about sex, no, it's not. And poly is more about being honest, open, transparent,
Communication.
with a side of D. If you ain't seen that video, go and see it.
Okay, so let me break down real quick. So uh they asked each couple what marriage means to them, right? The poly couple basically said community, trust, everything he just said, honesty, open, communication. Okay. The
The
pastor
same way the pastor said they live. Go ahead.
the pastor said monogamy is having one partner for the rest of your life, which is marriage is holy, marriage is God and for God's use. The Holy Spirit keeps them connected and wanting each other more and more.
So why
Uh
didn't she stay with her other husband if it's
said
one partner for life?
said they don't have to debate the truth because the truth stands on its own. It is till death do us part with no other options. Okay, she divorced though, right?
And this was their first and only marriage.
They said monogamy focuses on sex with only one person, where poly you don't have to because there's no boundaries, no taboos in terms uh uh of how you want to relate. That came from Carl. So monogamy focus, and mind you, Carl and Kenya were not knocking monogamy. They were saying polygamy, polyamory, polygyny, uh, all of that is not for everyone. They teach a divorce proof course. Whether you're single, whether you married and monogamous or married and poly or single and whatever it is, they teach to change your mindset on the shackles that we've been taught and trained even before birth.
The shackles we was trained to carry and deal with for the rest of our life. Can you imagine going home and telling your husband, yeah, me and Jeffrey had a conversation, very interesting conversation on our break, and this is what we talked about. And let's say something, a sexual topic had went in there as well, and you're mad. Why? Because we've been taught to be so judgmental and closed off that we're mad just because she had a conversation with another dude. She didn't have sex and she came home to tell you about it. So she's being honest, open, transparent. When How many women want that from their man? How many women want to know what the hell your man thinking?
Not only that, how many women can handle the truth? You need to be able to hear your man say, you know what, she got a nice ass, and not be like, don't look at her.
Yeah. What you only supposed to be looking at my ass. You the only one supposed to be thinking of me all the time.
Your eyes are for me only. But let's get back to it real quick because we we
Yeah,
we
go ahead.
almost hour in. Listen, so the pastors are standing on God is our connector. God is the binding unit that keeps us together. Okay, so you're saying without God, because I know that was a shade or a dig at Polly, right? But you're saying without God, your relationship ain't gonna be anything. Let's take out the Polly. Let's take out the shade you throwing. Without God, you have nothing. You don't have love for each other. Your commitment, your union is not gonna last without an invisible person in between it. Cause he really ain't there. So you working on your own anyways.
again, we've been in church, we've had countless
Hell,
uh
we had plenty of therapy. We had
uh
plenty of therapy.
that didn't help us. It helped us to put a band-aid on things.
So listen, we had great pastors. We had caring, understanding pastors, right? They were there to support and help. If we needed something, they had us, right?
Yeah.
They were not taught. It's a cycle, right? It's a cycle. So they were only doing what they
We're taught.
were
Or
taught.
you know,
If I said, "Oh, he talking to other women at work. He got a work girlfriend. He had, all this stuff that was bothering me when we have the monogamous mindset."
which is true. This happened for real. Go ahead, baby.
For real. So I'm bringing all these issues to the pastor, speaking to the female pastor, both, whatever. This is what's going on. I'm frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
So we had numerous years of reprogramming, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Why didn't it work? Because it wasn't for us. I'm gonna keep it real. It wasn't for us. They were trying to change who we were born to be, how we're human. Human nature says this is what we do. Whatever.
Natural. So again, like it how they were speaking and what they were saying, it goes against just plain human nature. Oh, the whole was it self-restraint or self-discipline?
Yeah, yeah. Control,
Poly is not
control.
poly is not about losing control because I work with a whole bunch of females. Some of them are cute, some of them are cute with a bad attitude. It does not make me want to go and jump all day bones. Can one or two out of the 10 can get it? Yeah, they could get it. But that's just me being honest. But do I want to deal with them?
How dare
No.
you say that?
I mean, y'all it's a lot of Christians crushing on actors and oh he's just like my mom, she loves the hell out of Jordan.
Can we say that again? Can we say that
I
y'all
don't
got
remember what
all
I
these
said.
can we say y'all got all these crushes, celebrity crushes? Is that not sinful thoughts?
Yeah. Oh,
Or that
take them.
don't count because you ain't in church at the moment? Like what? You can't pick and choose. You can't pick and choose.
You can't.
All y'all sinning. All y'all sinning.
Matter of fact, they probably
Dirty,
don't even. They
dirty,
probably.
dirty people.
Matter of fact, they probably don't even know that in the Bible, God said, from birth, every man or every human has bad thoughts and evil intentions from birth. So your little infant got an evil mind. Think about that. But that's in the Bible. Read your Bible. Tell me if I'm lying. Go ahead, baby.
Okay, so there was a lot of shots being thrown towards the end because I personally feel like the pastors and listen, they were at one point, I feel like the male pastor, when they were talking about their community, their union, no triggers, no trauma, they're healed. I swear I saw interest in the pastor's face. He was so interested. Even someone commented and was like, "Yeah, Pastor Tiffany finna lose her husband." So y'all saw that. We all saw that because he was interested. Then he had. I feel like this is my personal opinion. I feel like when they were talking about it, because first of all, male pastors, you around all these females, you got assistants, you got people helping you up. Pastor, you need anything? Okay, so You got all these women around you. You cannot tell me that you haven't had sinful thoughts. You got many women around you taking care of you. Pastor, let me fix your tie.
Mm-hmm. And a sinful, when you think about a sinful thought, according to how the Bible and church people is, like my wife said, if got coming bringing water or fixing a tire or whatever, you
Pastor,
can't
I
tell
know you
me,
really love this, so I got it for you.
hmm oh, just because in his mind, and we're pretending and acting like we're in deep in Christianity. Oh, because Sister Jenkins, who's married but is catering to the pastor's needs, made him feel good, and he's like, "Thank you. You made me feel good. You made me smile, or whatever, just by bringing me this water, or whatever." Simple thought. Simple thought.
Exactly. Exactly. So towards the
Just
end,
as easy and simple and innocent. Just that innocent
you can
is a
you
simple thought.
you it's control and all this stuff, but you're talking to a couple whose relationship is solid, who other relationships that they have is solid. Kenya lives with both of her husbands. They live together. He wasn't even on the show. He wasn't even on the show. The other one that she lived with.
And
Like
not to mention, Carl got a second wife who he deems and claims as his second wife. All others is just girlfriends or just friends.
they so
And they had a good time on Valentine's.
they had, yeah, they did. And there's they how they be like, of course I'm a Sagittarius, or I'm a Sagittarius, of course I'm blah blah blah, I'm a
Yeah.
Taurus, of course. So they did that. I'm poly, of course I don't want to live with my other wife. Like, and they made a joke out of it, and it was hilarious. It
Mm-hmm.
was hilarious. That's not my, like, legit. You got to follow Progressive Love Academy on Instagram. That's where they're most active, all of them. Um their Valentine's, that both the wives getting ready together, they together. Ain't no hate, ain't no
And ain't there women and whatnot, but like a year ago talking about how women should really uplift and not hate on other women?
yeah.
Like in poly, they really don't hate on other women.
No. I'm well, okay, the right mindset.
Hmm.
Because some people come in unhealed with trauma, insecurities, jealous. You can't come in that way. You can't come in that way. It ain't gonna work. But those that are healed, those have put in the work, done the work, that are genuinely, I've said some things to my husband that has blown his mind, because he like, who is you?
Yeah.
Who is you?
Definitely made the pants tight. Like, what's going on? Yeah.
Well,
Like you about to go get it. I'm about to deep sea dive up in them. Through the
but
fun.
that, I'm not, I've taken away the jealousy, the envy, the competition, because again, I'm me. He may get someone that's good at numbers, accounting, whatever. I don't know. You doing taxes this year? Okay, cool.
True facts. Oh, I think she can because
Hey, we ain't gonna
the mortgage and
we
stuff. I
ain't
don't know. We
we
we we gonna see what we gonna see if I.
shh, we oh come. It's almost 10, baby. We're
All right.
let me mute real quick.
Well, hell, I don't know what to talk about then. But anyway, overall, it was kind of like a small bashing, or it was they wanted a bash, but it wasn't. They they kept it cool and cordial, and it was about love, and that's what I like. That's what I like about Polly. It's about love. It's about not having to compete. It's about being able to tell my wife like, yo, even though I love the way you look, I love the way you smell, taste, feel, I love all this about you, but her over there, she look good too. And
He
it's not I'm not being scolded. I'm not being punished for a natural thought and feeling like, yo, she look damn hell. A lot of what I buy her is based on how it looks on other women with big butts because she has a big butt, so I know what it would look like. Like, but y'all ain't ready for that.
no. So let's the debate, and I feel like we can keep going. There was so much that was said, but it literally boiled down to the pastor saying that polygamy was sinful. There's control. You trying to make it look good when it's not. Like, I feel like because Pastor Tiffany did a
Even
lot of
even
the
even
talk.
they tried as they I'm sorry, even they when that even happened, they was I think he said something about how the people in the Bible had multiple wives. So come on now.
Yeah, but he tried
It's
to say
the
he tried to brush it off that that's they had consequences for that. Where?
no, they didn't.
You can't depict what you want to see as the truth and a lie in the Bible that you say you stand on the truth.
All right, maybe decaf a little bit. That's all.
No. You say you stand on the truth. The truth speaks for itself. The Bible, your Bible, has everything in it. So now you saying, oh, we gonna depict not this, not that. This is not Burger King. You can't have it your way.
If it's in the Bible, you need to stand on all of it. Just like how the Bible says that basically all the I could go on and on, but basically if a man rapes another woman or whatever, he has to marry that woman and pay a sin offering or something like that.
So
So the woman got to marry her rapist, and this is what the Bible says. God says it's supposed to be. So, and I'm tired of people thinking it's just 10 commandments. Read the Bible; it was 20. Not to mention, when you think about commandments,
it's for
commandments is laws, and laws is commandments. It's 613 of them
for
bitches in
yeah,
there.
yeah. I looked it up last night. So I was like at like I've been on fire about this whole situation. So I was speaking to my sister and brother-in-law who have been married for I don't remember how many years, monogamous couple, right? So I brought the interview to them. We were having conversation, and even them who does not they're not against poly because they know how we are. They're not 100% against it. It's not for them. Even they said, yeah, that was one sided. I looked up the Bible. I'm like, look, I can't I can't spitfire the Bible facts like my lovely king over here can. But I looked up
I
how
was
many
asleep. I was asleep at 8:30.
was knocked out. So and maybe because I know they don't want to be on camera, but maybe what we can do is set the camera up where they off camera. But we have this debate. We talk about this. A real monogamous married couple to a polygamous couple to see what it looks like for real. Cause this was fake. This is garbage. But even they said it's one-sided. That they had nothing genuine to stand on. You couldn't speak on polygamy. You couldn't say we're happily married because we see each other and each other only. We have a solid foundation. And they even said, because they were like, is monogamous unrealistic? Technically, yes. When you think about it, because every man and every woman has looked at the opposite sex and had some type of thought about them. Now, I'm gonna keep it real. Have I looked at other men and be like, oh, he look good, he hot, or he can get it? I've said that to my husband. Kevin Gates can get it. He can't get it now because I don't know what he doing. He doing some other stuff. But I've said that. My
And I
husband
had
bought me
to
a whole
become,
picture for my birthday or something. It was Kevin Gates.
and I did that. I had to come to grips and understand that, yo,
And that
yeah,
was before our poly.
exactly, exactly. Our that was before our breakup and all that stuff, and I had to come to grips
I
with
thought
like,
it was hilarious.
and 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 that I'm gonna tell you right now, baby, I probably didn't. That was rough on me. Like it stressed me out to come to grips with it and be okay. Because the thing was, it wasn't the fact that it was Kevin Gates. It was like who else or whatever. But because I feel like she can't see Kevin Gates, or like they can't get together type, it was a little bit okay, but it was still the mentality of somebody else. You know what I'm
Let me
saying?
tell you, I'm very, what's the term? There's demisexual and sapiosexual.
Yeah.
So an intelligent man, if we have an intelligent conversation, like we have those conversations, we can talk and we have a subject and we going. It gets me going. It's not about you can't. I've always said, I've always said, stop it. I've always said that you have to get to know my mind before you can get to know my body. I've stood on that. Stood on it. Okay. So it wasn't about Kevin Gates could physically get it. It's the fact that when he was doing interviews, he brought knowledge. Nipsey Hussle, knowledge. Tupac, knowledge. If you listen to their songs, if you listen to their music and what they're saying, they're speaking the truth. They're speaking knowledge. Those are woke people. Tupac back in the day said we need to change what we eat. That was how long ago? What we eat. The food is killing us. That that. So when someone of intelligence, like I was dealing with a guy that was Sagittarius, just like my husband. He was very, we like his skills on zodiac was way surpassed mine. So we had those conversations. I'm like, this dude cool as hell. He's cool as hell. Something else was going on. Something else was going on. I think he was in a whole monogamous struggle. I really do. And I think they were trying to transition or something. That was a whole situation. I don't even know. But so I understand what my husband's saying. Like this man got her going. This is another man that got her going. But
Yeah.
she was like, let me see past myself and do this gesture for her.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, if there was, and look, we ain't perfect. We been divorced. We divorced the monogamy though. We divorced the monogamy. That's what I'm gonna say. We
Hmm.
divorced the monogamous mindset. We divorced the Christian mindset. And ever since we've been back together, yeah,
It's been love. It's been stress free. But I'll say this though, baby. Even though yes, now this would be confusing. This would be confusing. Yes,
don't
like my
confuse
wife
it.
said, we've divorced monogamy. But when it's me and her, that's a monogamous relationship. But me and my second wife, that's a monogamous relationship. So it could be like, yeah, poly, but I'm in two monogamous relationships because
Right,
what my wife gives me, my second wife can't give me. And what
right.
my second wife gives me, my first wife can't give me.
And that is because I give him me. I'm not giving him someone else. I know how to be me authentically. I'm not trying to be someone else. I'm not looking at her like, oh, she wear those type of clothes. Oh, he like that. So I'm gonna wear that. Her hair color is black, all black. So I'm gonna dye my hair back black. Nope.
I mean, think about it, people.
Uh,
Another example is like how men we tend to watch a little bit more porn than women. Maybe not so much now, but we're thinking that we're gonna have the same effect that we saw on the video. Okay,
What's up? Save
he
that for the other video.
okay, yeah. So tune in for the another video because it's probably we got a few
We got
of them
we
we
bring in some
cocked and
hot
loaded.
stuff. Yeah, we bring in some hot stuff. I want to kind of wrap it up, baby, because I'm on
All right,
pause right now
all
because it's
right.
after 10. Um, so we the debate it wasn't a debate really. I feel like Kenya and Carl sat there calm. They didn't break no sweat. When the shade was being thrown, they threw them facts back. They came with facts. They kept throwing the facts. They came with stability. They came with a strong foundation. They came with no divorce.
I,
They came with
I got
open.
some more facts.
Go ahead.
All right, so think about this, people. Yes, the amount of black women ratio to black men ratio, yes, it's about the same. But then account for the men that's in jail, um, the men that are gay, and the men that you know other people are killing. You know what I'm saying? Like that black man shortage is real when you think about it in retrospect. There's a lot more women out free than it is men that's free. So in the for the and this is only for the black community. So the black community would prosper if us men doubled up on wives. All these kids running around because they don't have a father figure in their
And they
life.
said that.
I'm watching women in my family double digits grown. I mean, I'm watching uh I'm not watching like, but I got family members that's like 60 women, 60-year-old women in my family ain't got a man. They gonna die. My sister, 51, ain't got a man. Going through all these trials and tribulations, not knowing, not having a loved one there. I got family members. Think about all the older women in your family, and because they don't want to get along with women because they think they should be like the Bible, the end all be all type. No, let's be prosperous and multiply.
And not in a it's not sexual. It's not it's like I
And
would
even
love
if it was, a 6-year-old woman do got needs. That shit don't turn off.
no, I
But
don't.
again, it don't have to be sexual.
It doesn't. Communication is harmless. Y'all want to talk about, oh, poly is flesh based and poly is about sex and everybody's spreading diseases and this is why the whatever is on a rise. No, it's not. Poly is not why STDs is on a rise. Y'all sound stupid.
Hell, let's be real. It's more monogamous people going to get tested than it is on
Oh yeah, let's not even go there.
yeah.
Let's not even go there. Cause how are you in a monogamous relationship allegedly, but y'all keep coming up with diseases? Y'all stay with diseases and then trying to find some other reason why you keep getting infected. It's the
Because
toilet seat. It's my pH balance is off. Why is your pH off?
it's the hidden truth. That's the hidden truth that y'all are not open and honest and transparent with somebody, with your partner, because you think you're gonna be scolded. You're gonna be basically how the Bible teaches people to point the finger to stone them and this and that because when the woman and the man in the Bible, they had an affair or whatever, was they was fucking around, but only the woman got stoned to death. What about that man? Y'all don't think about that when y'all read the Bible, do y'all?
No.
Start critically thinking the Bible, and that'll be our show.
Yeah, that okay. Uh all right, baby. We done? You done?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up my soursop tea.
Okay. So, yeah, I just we gonna talk about the comments tomorrow's video. We literally going through and we gonna look at the comments. We gonna talk about the comments. There's a general whatever of the comments. Uh, but we catch us. Tune in tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow, and we gonna continue this conversation based off of what the mindset is of the people who are watching the the um the um the show. Okay. So I am your goddess, your queen. Talk about it, Takina. That over there is my lovely, lovely, handsome, sexy, fine
Oh, excuse me. Look at that
god
skin
of a
glowing.
man.
Look at that skin glowing.
It is glowing too. Uh Life of Iconic. Check us out on our channels. They might be a little dead right now, but we still on there. We still active.
Because
Um
we're more active on here than we are on there. So
we are. We gonna work on it.
forgive me. And
Yeah, forgive us.
I
Uh
got I got I got some videos in the chamber for that too.
yeah. So
But
we are
don't
Jupiter's
ground your
love.
love.
Don't ground your love. Don't ground it.
Yeah, nah, don't ground it. Make it out of this world. And
And we
but yeah, everything you don't ground is not dead. So think about that.
facts.
And
We
we'll
out.
see y'all.